Hi, it's Mr. Clegg, and today I'm going to be teaching you a way to convert units. It's called the factor label method or dimensional analysis. So here we go. All right, so let's say you want to convert units. Well, first of all, we have a bunch of conversion factors over here that tell us, there are 100 centimeters in a meter, there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter, and so on. 2.54 centimeters in an inch. This is how to convert miles into kilometers. And some Western American units here, 12 inches in a foot. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. You probably won't remember that, but if you have it written down somewhere, you can do the conversion. And then some time units, 60 minutes in 1 hour, 60 seconds in 1 minute. We'll probably add to that later with other things we know about how many days in a year and so on. But the first thing we got to know about converting units is that, let's say you had something that was 8 meters and you wanted to convert that into centimeters. Well, the first thing you got to know is whether I'm going to multiply or divide. And so really what this whole method here is about telling us whether we multiply or divide by these conversion factors. And so the cool thing is, if we know that 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. And what we can do is we can turn that into a fraction. We can make it like 100 centimeters on top and 1 meter on the bottom. Or we could do it the other way around. 1 meter on the top, 100 centimeters on the bottom. And either way, those are both equal to 1, because when the top and bottom of our fraction, the numerator and denominator, are the same, they're equal to 1. For example, 2 halves is equal to 1. 8/8 is equal to 1. So we don't need to, as long as the numerator and denominator are the same, then your fraction is equal to 1. Well, I can multiply by 1 all day long and not change the value of my fraction. So, for example, I can say 8 meters. Actually, I'm going to move this down a little bit. I can say 8 meters times 1. Well, that's still 8 meters because it doesn't change. Well, what if I, instead of multiplying by 1 that way, what if I multiplied by a fraction that's equal to 1, like 2 halves? Well, that's still multiplying by 1. So what if I put one of these things down here? For example, 8 meters times 100 centimeters on the bottom and 1 meter on the top. Well, the thing is, once I do that, I can start to cancel out units. But the problem is I've done this upside down. So here I have meters squared on the top. I have meters and meters. So I actually have meters squared up there. And down on the bottom, I have centimeters. So that didn't actually help me. If I cancel, nothing actually cancels out. So that tells me I actually set this up wrong. I want to choose not that fraction, but I want to do the one with the meters on the bottom. So I'm going to put this one in here. So this is the one I want. And I'm going to put 1 meter down there. And I'm going to put 100 centimeters on the top. And so now what I can do, change the color here. I can cancel out the meters down there, because that's a factor just like anything else. Oops, I want to go back to blue. There we go. So we can cancel that out. And now what we have left is 8 times 100 is 800 centimeters. We've divided by 1, but we don't have to write that. So that's our answer. So you can take the calculator, multiply these numbers, and then write down all the units that didn't get canceled, and that's your answer. More in part 2.